I have brought together my theater troupe this morning. We are here for our very first table read of our new radio drama, Just the Facts. I imagine back in the day when television was new and all we had was kazoos is right. You might have watched the show Dragnet. Imagine that Dragnet and our detectives are on the case. This is the whole point of having a cold read, right?
Yeah.
Are on the case to try to find out what has happened and where this Jesus of Nazareth went. He's risen from the grave, and we can't find him anywhere. All right. All right. All right. As soon as my whatever you are, my rig guy is ready.
Producer.
Yes, that him
Producer,
too.
director,
Producing,
soundboard.
directing. We are ready. Okay, hold on. I need my, okay. I know, I'm going to turn it off now. Hold on. Are we ready? Hold on, everybody. Props. Okay. I am like lost my little other prop. Okay, are we ready? Are we going to dum-dum together?
Yeah.
All right. And action. Dum,
Dum,
da,
da,
dum,
dum.
dum.
This is the city, Jerusalem. It is a city filled with tensions, suspicion, and hatred. It is a melting pot of diverse peoples and cultures. The largest resident population is Jews. Roman legions occupy the city and maintain law and order for its residents, under the direction of a Roman governor. It is late afternoon, and the Tribune, in charge of the local law enforcement group and the 4th Urban Cohort of the Roman Army, is speaking to his chief investigator. They are responding to the scene of a reported burglary. The Tribune has been directed to personally investigate the burglary that had occurred in the rear garden of a home that is owned by a well-to-do local resident, one Joseph of Arimathea. The Tribune is explaining the nature of the assignment to his chief investigator, who will assist him with the investigation. The Tribune and the investigator enter, walk down the center aisle towards the stage. They both take seats and begin to speak to one another.
It's been reported that a prisoner...
That's me.
Oh, sorry.
Centurion. It's been reported that a person, or persons, unknown, made forcible entry into a sealed tomb located in the garden in the rear of this home. Because the owner of the property is a VIP, we have been ordered to conduct the investigation rather than some of lesser rank. That's why I brought you to assist me.
Well, I'd help. I needed to get out of the office for a while to go down to the shoe shop. Sandals need to be half soled,
He looked down at his feet quizzically at the sole of his sandal.
and the shoe shop is right on my way home. By the way, anything stolen from the tomb?
Only the body of a Nazarene we executed. He was buried there a couple of days ago.
Oh, an XXVI. Eh? That's a grave robbery, in case you didn't know what that means. That's not a major crime. What makes this so important?
Oh, nothing, except that the owner of a property is some wealthy merchant from Arimathea. And the tomb had been placed under the protection of Rome because the deceased was a local agitator and had a following. 2 of our men were on duty guarding the tomb during the time when the incident took place. Looks like they may have been sleeping on duty.
That makes us look really bad, doesn't it? What did our man have to say about it?
Not much. Seems they aren't sure what happened. That is why we are here at the scene to re-interview them and look for clues. You can drop off your sandals afterward.
Fine with me. Do we have anything to go on?
Not really. The lab boys have already been here and gone. We don't have a report of their findings yet. We do know one thing for sure.
What's that?
The corpse didn't just get up and walk away.
Dum,
dum,
dum.
The first person to be questioned is Martha. recently freed slave who is in charge of the residence while the owner, Joseph, is away. She is known for her skills at, get this, home improvement, and does a weekly how-to class for women down at the bazaar.
Women should really leave those things to us men.
Yes, this is very true.
Look, this may be her coming now.
We are approached by a middle-aged female wearing a toga and a tool belt with a hammer, rule, etc. She seems to be in a hurry to get over.
I'm really glad you officers showed up. My name is Martha. That's Martha. I'm the one who sent for you. My master Joseph left town yesterday for his family home in Arimathea. He was upset with all the confusion, noise, and crowds of people in the town for the crucifixion on Friday, and wanted a little peace and quiet. He left me in charge of the household as usual. I know he will be furious with me when he finds out what happened. This is the first time we've ever had anything like this.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
And, just the facts, Martin.
Yes.
The master was really upset because he apparently knew the man they executed and wanted the man to have a decent burial. He donated his own burial site for that purpose and convinced the Romans to let him bury the man there. He said sure that the huge stone that covered the entrance was securely sealed in the place before he left. Do you know, it took 3 grown men to roll that stone in place, and the master still was worried until the 2 soldiers arrived to guard the tomb. How could anyone have entered the tomb with those soldiers on guard duty?
That is what we're here to find, ma'am.
Was anyone else present in the home between the time when the body was buried and the burglary was discovered?
The gardener, Bubbus, was here all weekend. He starts work early each morning, long before sunrise. He is the one who noticed that the stone had been rolled away and found the guards asleep. He's just over there, inside the greenhouse.
She gestures towards the other side of the garden.
You'll have to be patient with him. He's from the southern part of the empire, is not familiar with our ways. The light is on, but there's nobody home, if you know what I mean. Shall I call him?
Yes, please. One more question, ma'am. Do you have any idea who might have done this, or why?
I have no idea, but you better catch them soon. I don't want to end up on house arrest or having to pay for the damages on my salary. It would be bad for my image.
Dum, da-dum, dum.
She mumbles to herself as she leaves.
It's just one thing after another round here. Bubbus, come here. The Tribune wants to talk to you.
She walks away to try to find Bubbus, and in doing so exits our presence.
You know, what she said is true. We need to close this one fast. I have a box of seat tickets for to the chariot race this evening. My wife Sylvia will give me the old what for if I'm late.
Well, that's the way it is in this fast-paced, danger-filled, no-appreciation world of a cop.
Dum,
Da-da-dum.
Bubbus enters wearing a toga and a baseball cap and walks hurriedly over towards us.
I seen it all.
You saw what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was just standing over there watering the flowers when they's gonna come all dressed in white and floating down from the sky.
He looks up and imitates a very strange motion with his hands.
Can you describe them?
It's 2 young fellers and they look like angels. They motion at the guards and the both of them soldiers crumpled down like they's poleaxed. I was so scared I couldn't move.
Well, what happened then?
The one angel, he's floated over and he rolled away the big old stone all by himself. Then both of them, they sat down in front of the tomb just calm as you please. You ain't ever gonna believe what happened next.
Go on, but just the facts, please.
Okay. Well, you won't believe me. No more than them 2 sat down and I heard a noise from inside the tomb. I want to run, but my feet wouldn't move. So all once, a man wearing a shiny white robe who walks out of the tomb, and the angels, they kneel down in front of him. That's when I knew I had to get going, and I tore out for the service quarters to tell Martha.
What happened then?
Oh, I don't rightly know. I told Martha, and she said for y'all, I was so upset I had to go work on the other side of the garden.
Did anyone else see what happened?
I don't think so, except maybe Cookies, our chef. She got here a couple hours before y'all, and she's up in the house now. You want me to fetch her?
Yes, tell her we'd like to speak to her.
Bobbis leaves to the kitchen to fetch the illustrious Cocarius Goodicus, but she quite often preferred the term Cookus. She enters wearing a toga, with an apron across the front. As she nears, she hands a piece of paper to my partner, the Centurion.
I'm Cookus. A messenger brought this message to the door for you.
She hands it over to the Centurion.
Oh, good. It's a lab report. I'll read it while you question Cookus. Oh, by the way, just the facts, Marv.
Walks a short distance away to read the report. What time did you arrive here, and did you see anything unusual on the way here?
When I got here, I did notice the tomb had been open. I had to walk right by it, coming to work. There were two soldiers sitting in front of the tomb talking. They looked like they just woke up and looked confused. I thought they might have been drinking. You know how soldiers are.
I seem to be offended by this, but Cookus seems to realize what she has said.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't mean all soldiers.
Did you see anything else unusual?
Well, on my way here, I passed a woman coming from the direction of the garden. She was crying and looked desperate. She kept saying, "They've taken him, they've taken him." She walked right over to me, looked into my eyes, and asked, "Do you know where they've taken him?" I tell you, I was scared. She walked away and didn't even wait for an answer. I walked straight here after that.
That's all for now. You may go, but don't leave the premises. Cookus nods and leaves. Oh, and tell those two soldiers who are guarding the tomb the Tribune wants to talk to them. Now. The Centurion enters holding the paper, walks to the side of the Tribune, and speaks.
Lab guys are puzzled. They can't find any trace of any human inside the tomb or around the entrance. There was a stained burial cloth, but that's of no value. They have no idea how the stone was rolled back. No footprints, stool marks, paw marks, nothing. There were no chariot tracks either. This investigation's getting creepy. I also learned that while they were investigating the scene, two of the dead guy's followers showed up. A guy named John and another fellow. They looked inside the empty tomb. They saw nothing but the empty linen. They left real fast.
I think it's time we talk to the guards.
Dum da dum dum.
The soldiers approach, marching in step. They stop and render the cross-chest salute, which the Tribune and Centurion return. You were on guard duty when this incident happened, yes?
Yes, sir.
What are your names?
My name's Frickus.
My name's Fracas.
Frickus and Fracas. Sounds like a validative act.
All right, soldiers. What happened? Just the facts.
I'm not sure, sir. I haven't got it straight in my head yet.
We were standing guard duty at the tomb as we was ordered, when suddenly this bright light appears above us.
It was real bright, and sir, I swear I saw an angel descending towards us.
That's right. We were frightened because we heard the man in the tomb was some kind of wizard and might cast a spell on us. The angel waved his hands,
He mimics the gesture very flauntingly.
and we both just passed out.
We just started to wake up here when this crazy-looking guy wearing a toga and a baseball cap running towards us, shouting, "I've seen them! The stone, the ceiling." The tomb had been rolled away, and the tomb was empty except for some burial wrappings. We didn't know what to do.
I know it sounds crazy, sir, but I think it was some sort of magic.
You'd better have some magic of your own when the governor hears what happened. You two better get back to the barracks right now. You're relieved from duty. The soldiers both salute and walk away. Slowly.
And see the psychiatrist when you get there.
Martha approaches, carrying a note, which she hands to the Tribune.
I don't want to bother you, but while you were talking to the others, this message came for you by the courier. He asked me to deliver it to you.
Martha gives the note to the Tribune and then leaves. The Tribune reads the note and speaks. It seems that there are reported sightings of the supposed dead man coming from a number of sources. His followers are telling anyone that if they will believe in him and be baptized, they too will have eternal life.
If you don't know if we don't know it was possible, it would almost seem that this guy had really risen from the dead and was walking around the countryside. What we put in our report, sir?
I don't know about you, but I'm not going to tell Governor Pilate that some agitator we executed and sealed in a tomb with 2 armed guards outside suddenly come back to life after 3 days and is strutting around Jerusalem like he owns the place.
Me neither. Let's just say his followers sneaked in during the night, overpowered our guards, overcoming their heroic resistance, and stole the body. The guards might be suffering from loss of memory caused by the injuries received in the struggle. You know, a couple of hits in the head will do that to you. And that way our guards are in the clear. We say nothing about those superstitious rumours of resurrecting the dead.
Sounds good to me. Case closed.
Let's go get a drink, stop by the shoe shop. I still got to pick up those tickets, and then we go report to Pilate.
Dum, da-dum, dum.
Person may hear the facts only and still not know what actually happened. Others, too numerous to count, have had doubts. It is only through a personal relationship with the Lord that the facts of the resurrection of Jesus and our salvation by faith in Him can be understood and believed.
Da-dum, dum.
Scene.